Okay, so this is it. This is the Xbox One X, or the Project Scorpio. A subscriber of mine was kind enough to send this to me to upgrade to 2 terabytes, and it gives me a great opportunity to show you guys the process. I already have had a few comments on my videos saying that people have been upgrading their Xbox One X's to 2 terabytes and been having success with it. And as it turns out, the hard drive structure of the X is no different from the original Xbox or the Xbox One S. And so this will just be a video to show you that actually being the case, and we'll also show you how to take the system apart, get the hard drive out, and replace it. And also, the person who sent it to me asked to have the LEDs on the front of the console and the controller changed to green, so I'll do a video on that as well. Anyways, so let me show you the actual unboxing. I don't normally do unboxings, but I wanted to have this on record so that I could get the system back together or rebox it for the person who actually sent this to me so they can experience it for themselves the first time as well. I've taken the liberty of taking the tape. There were these clear round plastic pieces of tape on the box already. I took it off right away because first of all it makes me crazy, but secondly the longer it's on the box the more likely it is to damage it over time. Oh, and let me just show you. So this is the front, as I just already showed you, and this is the top. On the back we just have the Xbox logo. On the side here we have a bunch of writing here. That's the best way to show you. I don't have autofocus on my camera because otherwise it would focus in and out constantly, and that makes me nuts. But most of that stuff you don't really care to read anyways. So here, actually here, this is probably the best way to show this. So you can see it's one side. I'll do it one more time. This side, so you can see it's on there. Okay. And I'd show you the bottom as well, but it actually has serial number information and stuff like that, but there isn't anything too crazy on there. A bunch of legal things. Okay, alright, so that's the box itself. So we're going to flip it up here on this top and open this up. And right away we get greeted with these are probably trials for Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass. You know, they want to get you on board on that. And I won't risk taking these out so that I don't accidentally show the code. That would be easy enough to blur out, but that's what you get on the top. Okay. Now inside, on the right hand side here, we have probably cables or something, or controllers, I would guess. So we'll take that out. That's on the right hand side. And then we have one more box here on the front. What I noticed right away here is how cool this actually has these holes to grab the pieces out. So in the case of this here, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, there's actually a hole here to lift. And I have a lot of light around me. I know it doesn't seem like it, but with everything being black, it does not show up all that well. But plus I got crazy shadows. I'll sit down here to make the shadows a little bit less. But first we'll do this side box here, and it looks to be the stand. Oh, and I actually have some pieces here for comparison. So for instance, this is the Xbox One X stand it comes with, and here is the Xbox One S stand. So you can see they aren't compatible. They're quite different, it looks like. Which is fine, but just figured I'd show that. Okay, so we'll put this aside. And we'll see what's in this box here. Do the small side first. And on this side we have the power connector. As you would expect, it's the figure 8 type connector that the PlayStation uses and the original Xbox uses, and quite a few other devices as well. On this side we have an HDMI cable, pretty standard stuff, and my guess is this is the controller. So put this all aside. Yeah, I probably won't show the actual process of changing the LED on the controller, only because there's also some batteries in here, of course. Just because I've done that, I think, at least once, maybe twice in a video, and the process of opening these controllers doesn't really change all that much. There have been some slight variations on the internals, but if you're willing to change an LED on a controller, you can take the time to see the differences, I think, of taking the different controls apart. But anyway, so here is the Project Scorpio Edition Xbox One controller. Just for comparison's sake, I have the older model. This is not the oldest model. This actually has a headphone jack in it, but this is what would ship with I guess the original Xbox One, not with that, not the one, not the S model, because it has. I'm going to move the light here a little bit so you can really see the front. Sorry, everything being so dark, it's hard to see. But so you see on the older controller, this has the single faceplate design that the newer controllers have. This also means that it uses standard Bluetooth, so you can hook it up to your PC without any kind of special adapter. And then, whereas this has this, what do we call it, recessed area of the controller. Anyway, so two different faceplates. They on the back, they look pretty much the same. The texture, this controller has a more of a smooth texture, where this actually feels a bit more textured on the back. You can see too, it has the candy colors here, whereas the newer Xbox One X uses the gray. Maybe this is a Project Scorpio only design, I'm not sure, but it uses the grayed out look, which looks very, very nice. But aside from the differing faceplate areas, well, it's different enough anyways. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so let's put this aside, and the thing we really want to see is the system itself. You can tell I don't do a lot of unboxings, but so looks like all we gotta do is take this guy out. I guess we'll just take the whole thing out. You can see there's nothing left inside the box there. I'll take our styrofoam off here. Inside. Back in the box. And this is pretty nice. It's pretty much all wrapped for us, so let's be careful here to try not to tear it. I think if we just undo one of these sides, my guess is there's tape like that on both sides. Let's just see. Flip it around. Yep, tape like that on the other side. So if we just unwrap this, I might be able to pop this right out. Or slide this out without undoing the entire thing. Yeah. That way you can get it back together later. Wow, this thing is heavy. I was holding it here with one hand, and it weighs a lot. Curious to see here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'd have to look it up, I guess. I have a scale here, but it only measures up to 11 pounds, and this thing feels like it probably weighs more than 11 pounds. I guess we can try it, see if it's more than 11. It's heavy. There we go here. I'm just going to put this here. See if we can get it to see. I don't know if you can see that front. Looks like you can. But you won't be able to once I put the device on it. Let's give it a try. This thing is heavy. Alright, well, here, let's put it like this so you can actually see the front. That's funny. Alright, so I don't have the world's most accurate scale, but according to this thing, it weighs 8 pounds, 2.1 ounces. Let's see, depending where I put it on the scale. No, seems to hold true. Yeah, 8 pounds, 2.1 ounces. It did have a slightly different measurement when I put it like this. I'm not quite sure why. It's a little bit lighter when I put it flat. Yeah, just probably the crappiness of the scale. But yeah, if you can see that, 8 pounds, 2.1 ounces. Okay, all right. So it's not quite as heavy as I thought. I guess it's just very compact. Okay, so see the front there. See the bottom, there's no labeling on the bottom at all. There's a little Xbox logo. There's some kind of number there on the side. And then we got some wording here. It says Hello from Seattle, Xbox One X. That's cool. Now you can see the holes here for the stand. So as usual, when you put these on their side, the power button is always on the bottom. Oh, and this hole is probably for ejecting the Blu-ray disc. If for some reason you don't have it powered on, or it's giving you trouble getting the disc out. And this is our infrared sensor for a remote. And then we have our eject button, our sync button. Looks pretty nice. Okay, this is a quick edit here. I got kind of carried away there and started to, I actually already broke the seal. I had taken the screw out here, the warranty seal. And but what I wanted to tell you was, first off, I don't do too many unboxings, so normally I'm thinking a little bit ahead of, you know, when I take a system fresh out of the box, a couple things. And one is which I wanted to cover the customer's serial number, so it's not all over the internet. But the other thing I wanted to point out, before you break the seal on these things, you really should try it out just to make sure it at least powers on, which is something I didn't do here, but you definitely want to do. And I have basically an AverMedia capture card. I'm going to show you the actual boot up, or the system itself starting here. But we're going to take our cables here. The best way to do it. I didn't really talk too much about the back of this thing, but you've got your standard power port. Put it around this way. Okay, your standard power port. You have HDMI out, HDMI in from your cable box. You got two super speed or USB 3.0 ports here. You got a IR out. This refers to the I guess it's an infrared sender, so you could point this to your cable box and you could control your cable box through the Xbox One. I don't know if anybody actually used that. I've never used it, but you have your SPDIF port here. This is for the optical or the fiber optic audio, and then your network port. Anyways, so let's backtrack a little bit here and act like I didn't remove that warranty seal, and we'll hook up the connecting cables here for power first, and then we're going to hook up our video output cable here as well. And these cables don't reach very far from me, so I'm going to kind of put it like this, and then just so you can see, I'll lift it up here so you can see it turn on. There you go. Here, I'll do it like that so you can kind of see what it looks like. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to move over to my capture card so you can see what that looks like. Let's see. There. I apologize if the volume's really high. I might have to fix that portion of the video because it looked like it redlined the audio. But as you can see, it powers on, so this should get to the initial setup screen. And again, we're just making sure before we take the system apart that it actually functions. Because if it didn't turn on, then we'd want to take advantage of our warranty and send it back to Microsoft before we broke the warranty seal. Because once we do that, there's no going back. You can still send it back to Microsoft, but then they're going to charge you for whatever repair they have to do. I got to apologize too for the video capture too. I'm only able to get 720p out of my capture card. There you go. So all this footage is probably 720p, at least for the Xbox footage, unfortunately. Even though it's rather ironic considering it's the Xbox One that can output 4K. But anyways, so there you go. So at this point is when you initially set the system up. But the system does work, so that's good to know. And so that's it. So that's basically the unboxing and show you the system and showing you power on. And my next video where I actually do the upgrade, I'm going to show you taking the system apart and taking the hard drive out. So that should do it for the unboxing video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.